Hey guys, welcome back to the Play On Footy channel here on YouTube. We're going to recap round 3 for tips. I got the Lions tip wrong, I got the Saints tip wrong, I got the Port tip wrong, and I got the Swans tip wrong. So I got 4 out of 8 for round 3. Didn't go too good on the old tips, but as we look forward to round 4, we can see that we've got Adelaide and Melbourne on Thursday night at the Adelaide Oval. This is 15th versus 3rd. It's a big game for Adelaide, I feel. And obviously being in Adelaide, at the Adelaide Oval, with all the Adelaide supporters, it just adds more weight to it. Look, they come up against Melbourne, who are 3rd on the ladder. They played absolutely fantastic footy against Port. Look, I'm going to go Melbourne, but I know Adelaide are definitely going to put up a fight because they haven't won a game this season. So I'm going to tentatively go Melbourne, but I know it's going to be, it's going to be a hard-fought game, and, Adelaide are going to be in it to win it, of course. Simon Goodwin obviously escapes, loss the week just gone against Port, and there's mounting pressure on the Melbourne Demons, but I don't think external noise is going to be really affecting them this week. And obviously Goody being in Adelaide, great. He played AFL for Adelaide Crows. I'm going to go Melbourne for this one. The next game is Lions versus North, 14th versus 16th. At the Norwood Oval on the Friday. I'm going to go for Lions in this game. I just think Lions need to get themselves on the board. I tipped Lions, obviously, last Thursday, but yeah, I'm going to go Lions against North, and they should be able to register their first win there. So that's, big game for Fags, and North as well, like with Clarkson, they were valiant against Carlton, but they weren't able to convert going forward. Larky got frustrated, picked on McGovern, but I do believe Lions will be a little bit more stronger, a little bit more experienced, especially with North's young guns. But North have so many good young guns, Lazaro, George Wardlaw, Tom Powell. It's star-studded. Colby McKercher I actually rate more than Wardlaw, but going to be a fantastic game nonetheless there on the Friday. The other Friday game is at the Adelaide Oval. This one's against Port versus Bombers. Massive game, another big game, 8th versus 9th. Port obviously just missing out against Melbourne Demons. They will be without Jason Hall-Francis for this game as well, so that's another big out. It's a tough one, this one. I think I'm going to go Port, just because of the home ground advantage, and given that they just narrowly missed out on beating the Melbourne Demons, I think they'll be out for revenge there, and to get another win on the board. So yeah, it's going to be a really tight game, and coming up against Brad Scott for the Bombers, he's got a good sort of list. He's got Goldstein, who's like the more experienced ruckman. He's probably got one more year left or what have you. But he's got that depth there. And so, I'll go Port for that game. The next game, I'm so scared. I'm an Eagles supporter, even though I'm wearing the GWS Giants top. But yeah, this is 18th versus 5th. This is at Mount Barker on the Saturday. And I've erased the last time these two teams met, but it was not pretty. It was at the SCG. And it was 171-point thrashing. Swans thrashed the Eagles by 171 points. It's no doubt in my mind I'm going to go the Swans. How much? Who knows? How long's a piece of string? The rebuild, whatever they're going through at the moment, the Eagles, it's horrific. I've supported the team since I was young. Early 2000s, I don't remember too much. 2004, 2005, 2006, obviously great years for the club. 2007, obviously with the Ben Cousins saga, went downhill. 2010 to 2010 obviously was a wooden spoon for us. 2011 was a lot better. And then, Simo came on board, I think it was 2013 end of 2012, started 2013. And started rebuilding again to get us into the granny in 2015. Then we missed a couple more years and then made another granny in 2018 and won that one. So This is the darkest period for the West Coast Eagles by far. Like, nothing comes close to this, what we're going through right now. And yeah, the Eagles really have to stand up in this game and actually have a brand and stand for something, because right now I don't know what the Eagles stand for. But yeah, it's a big game. It's a massive game for the Eagles. But yeah, Swans should record an easy victory. Sad to say. Next game is Adelaide. At Adelaide Oval, Dockers versus Carlton, 2nd versus 6th. Massive game. There's some big games this weekend. Like, when I look at it, it's actually going to be really, really interesting sort of weekend of footy. Dockers versus Carlton. Look, Dockers are going to be really, really stressed here in this game, I think, because they've got the forward line like Kerner, Mackay. Alex Pearce is going to have his job cut out. Nothing like Adelaide Crows. Carlton are going to be the real deal. Yeah, Luke Jackson off. I feel like Luke Jackson's going to have a big game. Definitely going to have a big game. But I just feel Carlton are going to get over Dockers. I actually love the Dockers. Even though I'm an Eagles supporter, I actually want Dockers to succeed at some point. I actually do. You know, since their inception in 1995 or 1994. I think it was 1995. They haven't, obviously, they got 2013 granny with Ross Lyon and they lost that. So, yeah, look, sky's the limit with the Dockers. They've got a really good list at the moment, but so do Carlton. And with Michael Voss at the helm, I honestly think Carlton will be definitely challenging for grand final. Obviously, they have to. I mean, they played finals last year, so I'm going to tip Carlton tentatively. It's going to be a very close game. But yeah, I'm going to go Carlton by a couple of goals, but it's going to be a very tight game. The next game is Bulldogs versus the Cats, 7th versus 4th at the Adelaide Oval as well. Again, Bulldogs had easy pickings last week with Eagles, and the Cats, again, with the Hawks. So I think this is going to be their first big test for both clubs to see where they're at. Bullies obviously have a very good list, always have had a very good list. And the Cats with their ageing list, I think they're the second oldest list in the AFL, are going to be really pushed to their limits in this game. I'm going to go the Bullies. I'm going to go the Bullies by a couple of goals as well. I just don't think the Cats will have much in the tank. Yeah, I just feel like the Bullies are going to have a bit more fresher legs and coming off the easy win. I just feel like the Bullies are going to be wanting to prove a point in this game, especially since they got beaten by Melbourne Demons, the Bullies. So I think they've really got a point to prove in that game. So in this game coming. So yeah, I'll definitely go the Bullies for this one. Next game is the Suns versus Giants in the Adelaide Hills. This is 10th versus 1st. I'm going to go the Giants. I just feel like they've got greater depth, more experience than the Suns. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty straightforward response to that game. It's going to be a big proving point for Damien Hardwick to really try and see if this group does have the grit and determination as to what he wants, his standards as a coach. And I definitely see Giants really stamping their authority on the comp in this game, saying, hey, look, we are the real deal. We're going to knock off our arch rivals expansion team. So, yeah, I'm going to go the Giants for that one. The next game is the Tigers versus St Kilda. This is at Adelaide Oval. The Saints will be wanting to come out swinging. I'm definitely tipping the Saints in this one. I know Tigers have a bit of momentum behind them. They still got Liam Baker going to challenge his suspension at the tribunal. Whether that's successful or not will be dependent big time to whether they can win this game. I know Tommy Lynch is out with a hamstring, I think it was, for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks at least. So forward line is going to be diminished for the Tigers. But they still got Noah Bolter down back that he can play down back or up forward. But again, let's see. I think Noah Bolter may have done an ankle, or is he okay? I'd have to double check that. But I definitely know Vlaston down back is going to be rock solid for them. So, but yeah, I think the Saints, they've got King coming back. Liam Henry won't be coming back, obviously, but they'll have King coming back from suspension. That will help their forward line a bit. So I'll go Saints by a couple goals there as well. Next one is Collingwood versus Hawks. I am going to go with Collingwood. Reason being is that I think they've got a little bit of momentum from the win over the Lions, and versus Hawks, which I was not sold on, the game that just happened yesterday, Hawks versus the Cats. Look, they're not as bad as the Eagles, the Hawks, and they've got a pretty good list compared to the Eagles. and a great coach in Sam Mitchell, who we must commend him. He helped the Eagles in 2018, no doubt. Obviously played for the Eagles in 2017 as well, helped us out there. But yeah, look, I'm definitely going to go to Collingwood Magpies. I just feel like they'll just edge out the Hawks, but the Hawks are going to come in firing, and they're going to be hungry, and they're going to be wanting a win. And I definitely know Sam Mitchell's definitely going to be putting that at the forefront of their minds for the players. But yeah, I just feel like Craig McRae is going to be really pushing Collingwood to new heights, and saying, hey, look, we escaped a 0-4 start. We're definitely not going to be going, 1-4. So yeah, it's definitely going to be Collingwood for me for that game. What do you guys reckon? Comment below what teams you've tipped, as well as what game you're looking forward to. My game that I'm most looking forward to is probably Dockers and Carlton. I think that's going to be a really interesting game. And my second game that I'm really looking forward to is Port versus Bombers. I think that's going to be really interesting hit out for both teams. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.